Did you know that Kirby wasn't always Kirby?
He actually started out as a white blob named Puffball.
And today we're finding out how this weird placeholder became one of Japan's biggest stars. Hey guys, I'm Amber.
And I'm Cree.
And we're so obsessed with all things Hawaii that we literally moved across the world to Japan to study Japanese just so we can learn everything there is to know about all of our favorite characters.
And we share everything we learned here with you guys.
Let's get into today's deep dive.
La 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 la! Let's start with the basics.
So Kirby first appeared in Nintendo's video game Kirby's Dream Land back in 1992.
And since then, he's become one of Nintendo's biggest stars.
He's round, he's pink,
At least now he is.
and he's cheerful, even when he's fighting off the biggest bad guys in Kirby's Dream Land.
Uppercut!
He also has an iconic power, which we'll get to a bit later.
Ooh, I know what it is. Here's a hint.
That's not it.
Oh, Kirby lives in a dome-shaped house in Dreamland on planet Popstar.
He's also a food lover, from tomatoes to watermelon. He eats everything except bubblegum. He doesn't like bubblegum because he doesn't have teeth to chew it.
He looks like bubblegum though.
He does look like bubblegum.
Maybe that's why.
He doesn't want to do chemicals. Is he bubblegum?
Maybe.
Is this a theory?
A game theory. Some fans want to know, is Kirby a boy or a girl? But the truth is, we don't really know.
In the US, they always refer to Kirby as he, but in Japan, they always use gender-neutral terms.
That's confusing. At the end of the day, does it really matter?
Maddie!
It doesn't really matter. Kirby's just Kirby, and we love him.
That's why it is so cheesy. So Cree, do you know who created Kirby?
That's easy. Nintendo, obviously.
Boo-boo, it was actually HAL Laboratory by a developer called Masahiro Sakurai. So yeah, you might know HAL Laboratory as the creator of Super Smash Bros. They also created our beloved Kirby.
Cool.
Just to clarify, Kirby is now owned by both HAL Laboratory and Nintendo. HAL Laboratory handles the development of Kirby games,
And Nintendo publishes and distributes them.
sounds like a good collab.
With over 39 games in the franchise, Kirby is a gaming superstar. His main games are side-scrolling platformers where Kirby has to run, jump, and attack his enemies. He also has a bunch of mini-games too. Puzzle games, racing games, and even motion sensing games. Kirby doesn't just stick to games though, there's also an anime too. Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a bit, but first, Cree, what's your favorite Kirby game?
Definitely Kirby's Air Ride.
I like the OG Kirby's Dream Land. Let us know what your favorite game is in the comments below, and you'll be automatically entered to win one of these exclusive Blippo backpacks.
Yeah, you can match me and Amber.
Yeah!
Don't let Kirby's cuteness fool you. He's a powerful character.
He's known for his ability to inhale objects and even his enemies.
This move is called copy ability. So whatever Kirby inhales or whoever he inhales, he copies their ability.
And since then, Kirby has absorbed over 70 abilities. He can wield swords, he can shoot lasers, and turn into a rock.
And even summon thunderstorms.
And Kirby has a rare ability that only few have come across.
It's called the crash ability, and when Kirby uses it, he destroys all of the enemies on screen at once in a huge explosion. It's pretty epic.
Talk about Crasher now. While Kirby might seem invincible with his powerful moves and his tomatoes to boost his health, he does have his weaknesses.
In games like Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards, Kirby becomes vulnerable when eating powerful enemies.
He can also be a bit naive outside of combat, often getting fooled to complete his enemies' plans because he's actually just a baby, which we'll talk about more in a bit.
He's also surprisingly lightweight, so that means strong gusts of wind and powerful attacks can send him flying away.
Kirby isn't always saving Dreamland alone. He actually has a whole crew of friends who help him along the way.
Let's get to know them.
First up are the Waddle Dees, who are actually the basic enemies in the Kirby games.
But you'll think they're friends because in so much merch, Kirby and Waddle Dee are like best friends.
There's a reason for that though, because there is one Waddle Dee called Bandana Waddle Dee, a loyal servant of King Dedede, who eventually becomes Kirby's friend. So So that's who's on the merch.
That makes sense then. And who's King Dedede, you might ask? He's actually Kirby's arch nemesis turned ally.
It's a lot to follow. You have to play the game.
Sounds like everybody just becomes friends with Kirby. Yeah.
You have to watch the anime. There's a lot.
His biggest attack is friendship.
Could be mad. Could be
He's
his
just so
enemy.
me.
Then there's also Meta Knight, who mostly fights against Kirby, but also helps him sometimes. Another foe-turned friend kind of situation.
He must be charming. Other allies include Adeline, a talented painter who can bring her creations to life.
And Ribbon, a kind-hearted fairy from Ripple Star.
Then there's Gooey, a blob of dark matter who somehow becomes one of Kirby's best friends.
And we can't forget Tree the Owl and Choo Choo the Octopus.
Choo choo.
He's got a lot of friends.
Wow. Oh, Mizu break, oh, Mizu break. Let's have Kirby drink some too.
He's like Kirby.
Remember how we mentioned earlier that Kirby is just a baby?
So yeah, he might have been around since 1992, but in Kirby's universe, he is forever a baby.
Wee, wee. You shouldn't be surprised by this if you've ever heard his cute voice and his puyo puyo sound.
Yeah, and sometimes Kirby is introduced as wakamono, or young person, in Japan.
There are many different variations of Kirby in different colors, but did you know originally he was white?
Yeah, Kirby was originally just a simple placeholder sprite during the game's development. He was a simple white blob named Puffball.
But the developers fell in love with his round little shape and decided to keep him as a character.
Yeah, and his name Kirby actually came from a lawyer who defended Nintendo during a lawsuit. So yeah, that's where his name came from. Interesting, right?
Lawyer baby.
Okay, so we all know that Kirby is a hero, but did you know that he has a dark counterpart?
It's Shadow Kirby. Shadow.
This eerie version of Kirby comes from the mirror world.
Though he looks spooky, he's actually not evil. In fact, he helped Kirby fight off even bigger foes.
Do you have a mirror tree? Is there a mirror tree walking around?
You're looking at her.
Yeah. Do you think we look alike? Comment sometimes saying that we look alike.
People think we're sometimes the same person, which
We're
is
sisters.
actually insane.
Yeah. Different color hair, different color
We
eyes.
look totally different.
I don't know. Let us know if you think we look like twins. Some people do.
Is Amber Mirror Creek?
Mirror tree. So Kirby doesn't just stick to video games. He's a full-on pop culture icon.
He has his own anime series, Kirby Right Back at Ya, which is actually really cute.
Yeah, and he's done a lot of collabs like with Boss Coffee, Uniqlo, and even Japanese stationery brands.
There's Kirby merchandise everywhere, from plushies to keychains to home decor to kitchenware.
He even has his own Sweets Cafe, which is where we are right now. And let's not forget about the main Kirby Cafe, where you can eat Kirby-themed foods, sip on adorable drinks, and take home exclusive merch.
Yeah, we actually went there ourselves, and when we went, they made us censor a certain food item. So if you want to know what that's all about, make sure to check out the next video. Bye! Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a bit, but that just got really loud.